Hello, everybody. Welcome to another HGA Impact Report. My name's Trevor Nelson. I have the microphone. Just kidding. They gave me this microphone. I guess we have to have an impact report. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in. We're going to talk about planning your fundraising now for 2024, why you have to do it, why it's going to help in so many other parts of your fundraising journey. Before we do that, Bailey, music, music. So, we're talking about raising money and why you need to focus and set goals for your 2024 fundraising now. It's January. When we release this episode, it'll be January 10th. And if your fundraising event is in September, October, you need to start putting the work in now. The most prolific fundraisers, the most successful fundraisers that we know that we get the opportunity to work with and partner with do exactly that. They work with their committees, set goals now, they communicate and they set guidelines for their committees and whatnot. But we're just talking about why it's never a bad time to start planning, start having conversations and building relationships with sponsors and supporters and pouring into those relationships now, even if your event or what you're trying to accomplish is months and months and months in advance. And whenever I think about this kind of stuff, I always, of course, kind of like allude to some other, oh, I don't know, some other industry or some facet of my life. And you know what? I think, Bailey, we're going to go wide lens. Let's go wide. You guys want to go wide lens with T Dog for a second? Let's go wide lens. Let's talk about something that will apply. So here we go. I think about fundraising a lot. In my former life, I used to run ultra marathons. And of course, everyone knows that fundraising is a marathon, it's not a sprint. So I was thinking about, let's just say you sign up for the New York City Marathon. It's January right now. The New York City Marathon is in November. And I want to ask everybody a question. It's a rhetorical question. If you start planning your training now for the New York City Marathon in January, are you doing yourself a disservice? If you start getting out on 2 feet and, running 5Ks in the morning or weight training to get your body right or losing a few pounds to make it easier to hit the road and get your training done and get the race done in November, are you doing yourself a disservice? It's a rhetorical question. Absolutely no, you're not. And what you're doing is building a framework for success on marathon day in November. So why would we treat our fundraising any different? Do you see the application there? Do you see how it connects? That's how we need to treat our fundraising. So we're going to talk about this for the next couple weeks and just remind folks, we'll go back into regular frame now, if that's okay. But we're going to keep talking about why you have to put these plans in action now with your board, with your committee, with your staff. If you're the executive director, a lot of it rides on you, but you're the one setting the tone. You're the executive director for a reason. So, just a really good reminder. And then I want to give you all a case study that we've been following for the last month where with pre-event fundraising and once again setting these plans of action in place. We had a client start selling golden tickets on their one cause mobile bidding site 90 days out plus from their event. 90 days out they started selling tickets on their mobile bidding auction site, and they sold $6,500 in golden tickets. What were they, 60 days out? Now they're about 60 days out from the event. So they've already raised, just by being intentional, having focus on raising money pre-event, having a plan and executing that plan, regardless of what anyone would say, oh, 90 days is too early. They didn't listen to that. And they've already raised $6,500 pre-event with one item, with a golden ticket raffle. All they did was put it on their auction site. So think about that when you're planning your event and why it's so impactful to have a plan, stick to it. Don't listen to outside noise if folks tell you not to. Start building those relationships, start having those conversations about your fundraising now. It's January 2024 is going to be a very special year. I hope it's special for everyone's organization. It's going to be special for HGA, and a lot of the reason is because of you tuning in, listening to the pods, listening to the webinars, and joining us for those webinars. So thanks so much, everybody, for doing that. We'll see you all next week for the next Impact Report. Everyone, start planning now. All the best to you. Thanks so much.